Hello everybody, this is Ye Old Wooden Spoon, also known as Trey. Now, I can't believe I'm actually doing this, my first YouTube video, and it's on D&D, and it's a spur-of-the-moment thing, so forgive me, first off, for not having good sound quality or proper equipment or, editing skills, because I might be a computer science major, but I have nothing in the way of editing skills. I know software stuff, but editing, out of my realm. And also, I just don't have the equipment for it at the moment. But I didn't think I'd be doing my first YouTube video about D&D. So, let's just get underway with it. The character we're going to be following today is known as Rock Bear Slammer. That is one of my favorite characters. He is a Goliath barbarian with the bear totem. We started out at level 10? I think. But either way, this man has a mad lift capacity. And so he can basically slam bears with ease. I don't remember the exact lift capacity because the DM that's running it kind of running these as one-shots, and he has our character sheets, so I can't really look at his stats right now or anything, unfortunately. But I can tell you some stories. Rock Bear Slammer was part of a mercenary guild, and he and him and two other people were going to investigate, not really investigate, to go help siege a keep. And apparently the attempts to build a bridge to get to the keep was being sabotaged by someone in the local village right in front of the keep. So Rock Bear Slammer, another Goliath, I don't remember his name, but his nickname was the Grappler, so I'll refer to him as such, the Grappler. And then I do not remember Small Friend's name because Rock is not a very smart person. He just referred to him as Small Friend, which was a halfling paladin. So Rock Bear Slammer and friends approach the village and is immediately met by the captain of the guard of the village, which was a nice guy. I mean, he was just a tall, gaunt elf man, a little old, but, the village was kind of run down, and so he was just asking us why we were there, and we told him that we were trying to, Rock didn't, this was more the paladin talking, that we were trying to figure out who was sabotaging the bridge, and he was okay with that, and so we went on the hunt. And as we were going around the village, asking people, we originally walked to the church to talk to the local priest, which actually was an elf, and there was a dwarf praying in the church, and the dwarf apparently didn't like us. I don't remember why. Maybe it was because Rock was bench pressing the pew, but that is irrelevant. I highly doubt he was that mad about that. But they went and talked to the priest, and the priest said there were people that would come out at the cemetery at night, so we were waiting for that point to happen. So while we were doing that, we went ahead and went to check out the old manor that was in the town. Apparently the mayor lived there, and so when we went over there, it looked like there was someone living in there. Someone was following us around, apparently. 'Cause Little Friend, aka the Paladin, saw someone and shot off in a direction. Then as soon as that happened, the Grappler, basically my other Goliath friend, saw that too and started running off in a different direction. Rock, being Rock, he did his best Kool-Aid Man impression and burst through the wall on the other side of the mansion to see a man running at him. He freaks out and turns around and tries to get away. But then the Grappler grabs him by the collar and basically gets him in a freaking chokehold, holding this man down. Apparently, he was just there, being a squatter. Nice dude. Also mentioned about some people being in the cemetery, so we hired him to keep a lookout above us while we were waiting for the people to come to the cemetery. So while waiting for the people to show up at the cemetery, I believe the grappler went to talk to the guys when they showed up. And I don't remember what he said. I think he said they were just there to honor the dead, and I rolled an insight check just because, even though he's terrible at insight, he might as well try, right? And lo and behold, I rolled a 19. He was lying. Rock does not like it when you lie. So Rock came barreling out of the chapel, yelling, "He's lying!" Not like that. It was more, "He lie." There it is. That's the voice. He lie. And so everyone's seeing that I'm just barreling out towards this man, jump out to come fight him. And whenever we roll up initiative, I think I rolled up middle of the order. So I think the guy went first, and apparently he was some sort of wizard, and cast, I believe it was Chilling Touch. And then it was either Chilling Touch or Toll the Dead, but I don't remember exactly which one. Forgive me, guys. I didn't really take notes on these, but I just figured I wanted to share these stories with y'all, with everybody. Just note in the middle of all this. But besides the point. So he does that, and as soon as that, as a little bit after, I think after that was Rock's turn, and Rock ran up and just didn't grapple him, actually. No, it was the grappler's turn. I'm sorry, I'm all out of order. The grappler ran up and got him basically in a chokehold, holding his back to the grappler's chest, just to bring him up and bring him into view of me. Which, when Rock ran up there, he started punching the man in the chest, just asking for, yelling at him, "Why do this?" Kind of thing. "You tell truth now." As Rock kept punching him angrily for lying. And so the halfling comes, and really doesn't do much as we're trying to question the guy. So apparently he was a necromancer, because skeletons just started popping out of the ground. But this is where he messed up. Rock, I didn't really mention this, doesn't really use weapons. He doesn't use them in the traditional sense. So when this skeleton came up, Rock grappled the skeleton, picking him up by the legs, and using him as a club to hit the necromancer with, killing the skeleton instantly upon the necromancer. Rock loves improvised weapons. The only weapons he actually has are throwing hammers. Everything else, it's improvised. Soon the party kills off all the skeletons, and we kill the necromancer. But before the necromancer dies, he casts, I think it was Circle of Death or Ring of Death. I don't remember the spell exactly. It's one of those two, but it's like it was a stupid amount of damage, killing our buddy that was sitting on the roof watching out for us, and two of the gravekeepers in their home just a few feet away. Captain of the guard rolled up. He was going, "Oh, what happened? What happened?" And we told him, necromancer, bad man. And so he was like, "Oh my gosh." And so that happened. Apparently, he was the one that was causing the issues. If not, anyone that was around the bridge that was causing the issues was really well and relatively dead. So we rest up, get some sleep the next day, which is the actual taking of the keep. This is where everything goes wonky. We had a choice to either join the main assault at the keep or go around to try a way to infiltrate in. Us, being the smart and ever so clever heroes, decide to swim around. It was, by the way, the main keep was surrounded by a lake. It was sitting on top of a lake. And so, us being the smart, intrepid adventurers, took a swim to go and try to make it all the way to the back of the castle, where there apparently was a door waiting for us. let's just say the guards spotted us, and our DM apparently made this man a custom weapon with a normal archer, like a normal threat level archer, but he just had a weapon that basically fired javelins. He called it a great bow. So just take the javelin stats, but give it like bow stats as well. I don't know. But Rock being Rock and the relative tank, he was the one getting pelted by this guy as they were trying to swim. So eventually, after getting a few javelins stuck inside of us, we made it to the door. Now, we could have sneaked in. We could have, took our time to pick the lock and go in. But at this point, we really kind of just threw caution to the wind because we were having too much of a good time with it. Rock raged and kicked down the door and broke into the keep in the bottom of the courtyard, where about 30 to 40 guards were waiting for us. And so the shitstorm basically started. People were flying around trying to get us. One guard was really brave. He came up to us first. And since Rock rolled really well in the initiative, he basically grabbed that guard and started slamming his face into the wall until he stopped moving. Now, I didn't mention this before, but the other Goliath, the grappler, he's a monk, which has a lot of attacks. He would take down about 3 to 4 people per attack. So me, the paladin, and the monk started just carving our way through the courtyard to where eventually not Big Bad Evil Guy, but the Lord of the castle came out to try and challenge us. And so me and the paladin Rock and the paladin charged forth to take him on in single combat. And honestly, it would have been very epic in this cool battle until Rock grappled him and threw him down a well that was in the middle of the courtyard. Yeah. It was a little bit of an anticlimactic end. But besides that, Rock and the paladin were fighting and trying to get up the stairs because Big Bow Dude, basically, I'm going to call him Robin Hood from now on, was firing javelins into Rock consistently. Like every turn, he'd get another javelin to him. And Rock, thank the Lord, was raging, so he took only half damage. So it was wild. Now, by the time Rock got up there, he was originally going to go for the archer, but the monk was fighting a knight, apparently. After shoving the knight off a bridge and into the lake, they eventually fought themselves up onto the little ramp part right below where I was standing, but where Rock was standing. Rock, seeing an opportunity, looked. The grappler, of course, grappled. And Rock, not wanting to miss this chance, pulled off the longest elbow drop in history, dropping from 25, or I think it was like 30 feet, just for 400 pounds of just muscle, just to fall down 30 feet and throw an elbow into this man. Basically, we locked up with this man and just started beating the crap out of him. This poor knight didn't stand a chance. After killing the knight, Rock thought this would be a good idea to throw him over his shoulder and use him as a club. So, during this, Rock rescaled the walls with javelins that were sticking out of him. He was looking like a small porcupine at this point. He ripped out javelins and used them to scale the wall, climbed all the way back up, and kept going. Him and the monk, well, the monk just ran up the wall, to be honest with you. So, then again, it's a monk. What do you expect, right? But either way, so me and the monk are rolling up on these guys that are in this tower, keep firing bows at us. Eventually, we all get up there. the monk starts kicking their ass. Then I bust through the door. Well, Rock busts through the door. I keep saying I because I was playing Rock. I'm sorry, y'all. It's habit. But, either way, so Rock busts through the door with the knight on his shoulders. The poor archer. I hit him once, and his original reaction, wait, is that the knight? Oh god, yes it is, and I hit him again. Eventually, we kill or knock out the archer, because honestly, the guy deserved it. He was laying on mad hits the whole time. Rock had a mad respect for that man. And so we kept him alive. Everyone else surrendered, basically, after that. Rounded them up, collected feathers as proof of death, so we could get the reward for it. As such, we were rewarded relatively handsomely. I think it was about 5,000 gold. And plus whatever we looted. Yeah, that was more or less it. It was just a big battle royale with Rock using people as weapons, improvised weapons, and just yeeting people off balconies and throwing people into wells and using a knight as a great club. It was a fun time. Now, of course, this night, I appreciate everyone listening to me and hearing all this, and as I said, I'm still new to this whole thing of, recording videos. This is my first video, after all. But hopefully this next video will be a little more organized and be a little more relaxed and having... the Adventures of Rock have one more episode to it, but generally speaking, I will be making these videos a little bit easier to digest and a little bit more organized. Right now, this is just a spur-of-the-moment thing, so just want to get the first video out, and then after that, I will start actually, organizing these. So forgive me for the pauses, and forgive me for not being very good at what I'm doing currently. I'll hopefully get better recording equipment over time, and of course getting better at the whole YouTube thing. I just really want a place to tell my stories, honestly, because me as a D&D person, I absolutely love listening to D&D stories, and so I figure we have some really wild ones, and I would love to share them. Also, I will be posting 40K stuff for anyone who likes 40K that happens to be listening to this for whatever reason. I will be posting some stories for there about a certain guard regiment that me and my friends made. Highly heretical stuff, but it's really nice to talk about. But yeah, then again, this is Ye Old Wooden Spoon. If anyone has any questions, please leave comments. Critique is always accepted. And of course, all my stuff for basically my Twitter, my Twitch, and all that will be put in the bio. Everybody, I thank you so much for listening to me basically ramble on about this stuff. So remember, everybody, have a good time, play D&D, and have some fun. Peace.